everybody. This is Stuart Jean coming at you here from Musicians Institute in Hollywood, California, pairing up here with Drum Magazine with our video tutorials. We've been looking at left-hand jazz independence under the jazz ride cymbal pattern, mainly geared for the player that maybe isn't much of a jazzer, and trying to get into the left-hand independence and getting the ride cymbal pattern and not getting frustrated. We try to make this as simple as possible. And once you unlock a couple things, it kind of all opens up and it's not as hard. It's just these early stumbling blocks. So in the, last week we looked at downbeats on the snare drum. We didn't want to overlook something like that. Now we're going to look at the upbeats in 4/4 on the snare drum under the jazz ride pattern. The jazz ride pattern is based on triplets. For this lesson, there's different ways to count triplets and refer to the three partials of a triplet. We're going to say 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and we're referring to the of the beat is, on notation looks like an N, but we're going to call it an if we play the ride cymbal pattern, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Okay, so refer to it like that. So applying upbeat rhythms under this ride cymbal pattern, eighth note upbeats, let's isolate the of 2 and the of 4. Okay, on the ride pattern, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. It's on the of 2 and the of 4, we have that extra cymbal beat outside of the quarter notes. Well, the snare drum would match up with that. Their hands would be playing together just for a second. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Okay? You just have to know that they're playing at the same time, but then the cymbal's continuing on. There's that note afterwards. That's what trips up young players, is that feeling. Right there. So a good exercise would be, let's isolate the of 2. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. And then, of course, we can isolate the of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. And now let's put those together. Of 2, of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, you don't want to accent that too much with the, just because the snare drum's playing. You do want to maintain, you can accent 1, 2, 1. That's totally fine, but you also want to know you're intentionally doing that. So you want to be able to go between not accenting that ride, and then maybe more of an Elvin-y kind of thing. But anyway, that's another lesson. So that's the of 2, the of 4. Remember, with the cymbal. The of 1, the of 3 would be a freestanding note. It's not going to line up, and this is right where a young student, they just suddenly want to play that ride cymbal with the hand, with the left hand, because of the dependence, and we're breaking that. So you have to think 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and then the of 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. Just that exercise, just doing that will, your independence is being formed right there. And you're taking those training wheels off and going, wow, I'm riding here and it's not being affected by what I'm doing over here. That's step number 1, really. Let's put those together. Of 1, of 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then ultimately we'll bring both of these ideas together and just practice playing on all upbeats. And then you're toggling on the of 1, the snare drum's freestanding, and then on the of 2, they're together, and same sequence with beats 3 and 4. So here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3. Cool, and that's it, everyone. These are exercises right now. In the next lesson, what we'll do, stay tuned, is we'll look at upbeats, downbeats, and playing phrases. Because once you get these things going, it's kind of easy to do it, but in reality, you're reacting to someone playing a solo, you're comping for them, and you're just throwing in an idea, and maybe for 1 beat or 2 bars, so you really have to get your accuracy down. And doing it on a continual loop isn't always the best way to do it. You want to practice, a couple bars at a time and 1 bar of an idea. So we'll get into that next lesson. Thanks a lot, everyone. I'll see you around. Take care. Bye-bye.